Hello guys, today I'm going to be working on the diatonic scale. So this is a scale that we've been singing for like the last lesson. I'm going to use for most of the lessons. So what is the diatonic scale? Well, first, to introduce ourselves to the diatonic scale, we have to know what a scale is. A scale is a series of notes between an octave. An octave is the same note, just higher. So it's 8 out of 8 higher. So it's like ni ni. It's the same note, just higher pitched, right? So in Byzantine, in between an octave, we have 72 morea. Morea is the basic unit of sound in Byzantine, right? Now let's how we know 72 morea. Let's do some calculations. So on the screen, you're going to see we have 12, 10, 8, 12, 12, 10, 8, right? So just let's do some math. Yeah, this is it, right? So 12 plus 22 plus 8 is 30, plus 12 plus 12, 30 plus 24 is 54, plus 8, 62, plus 10, 72. So in total, we have 72 morea in this scale. So let's train morea to Western terms. How much is morea? What does a morea sound like? For this, we're going to use some simple math, right? So let me switch my screen share. All right, stop share. All right. So now you should see my screen now, right? So here we have a piano. Like this is the normal, right? 72 morea between these two notes. Right. Let me just make sure we can hear this. All right, perfect. So you guys can hear these two notes, right? So we have 72 morea in between this, right? So how many of these notes are in between these? So let's count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means that we have 12 notes to get from here to here. So let's do some math. 72 divided by 12 is 6, meaning that 6 morea is a half step, right? So what can we do with this information? We can analyze the diatonic scale. So if you let me go and draw on the screen 2 options. Just sorry. That's not. All right. So I don't know if you remember from the last scale, right? The difference between ni and pa is 12. So two half steps, right? Right. So this is 12. Now, then we have the difference from. Actually, no. Let me start from the beginning again and change some stuff up so that we can convert it to Byzantine. Currently, let's change English. So now we have ni pa boya di kazoni. Let's do some stuff right now. Ni to pa is 12 morea, which is 2 half steps. So 1, 2. So these are normal, right? And now the difference from pa to vu is 10, right? So we have 6 here, and then we have 4 here, meaning that vu is a little flat. So what we can do is, you see what I'm doing, is we can flatten vu. Now listen, 50, 100 gives you a full half step flat, but we're only given 2 morea, which means it is a third flat. So we can put this at negative 33. Right. Now the difference is vu and ra is 8. So ra is natural. How do we know it's natural? if we know vo is 2 Maria flat, and if we go 2 Maria sharp back to natural vo, we get 2, and then plus another half step is 6. Swear to God now. So mi fa vo ra. Now from ra to d is 12. So d is natural. D to k is 12. So we have ke normal, and then we have zo. Zo is also like vo in that it is 10 difference in Maria from k. So we're gonna have to flatten zo 1/3, because remember 2 divided by 6 is 1/3, right? And then difference from ni to zo is. That's what the Byzantine diatonic scale sounds. This is the scale that we're usually seeing, right? Now in Byzantine, remember how we said there are 8 tones? Well, there are many tones based on the diatonic scale. We have 8. We have tone 4, tone 5, and we have a version of tone 7, right? Tone 7, there are 2 versions of it. Now you might want to take note of this. So tone 8 is diatonic based on ni. So right? We know this. Now what if we want to change it a little bit? Let's say we want to make it diatonic based on pa. So instead of ni's bass note, pa's the bass note. So pa. Let's see how this sounds. That's the minor scale. You go from a C major scale, based almost a little difference, to a D minor scale. That's pretty interesting, right? So we can change the way a scale sounds just by shifting the bass note, but not changing the intervals in the scale, right? So some people like to sing the zo like this flat. So or that's the tone 1 scale, right? It's the same diatonic scale. We're just changing the bass note to pa, right? So tone 1 is diatonic on pa. So right, that is what tone 1 sounds like. Unlike tone 8, which is right. Now tone 4, like I said, is also diatonic. It's diatonic on the, right? So how can we analyze this? The would be the bass note, right? How would this sound? Well, in each Byzantine scale, there are a couple stopping points. So it's not. That's not what you would sing in tone 4. What you would sing is. See, vo is a common stopping point, and zo is. Right? It's the same diatonic scale, but just shifting the bass note. Likewise, we have zo or tone 7 on zo, right? So now the reason why the K is sharp is because there's some interesting theory, but I will explain that later. Tone 7 zo is a very difficult tone, so we're not going to worry about that. Right? And also I said that we have tone 5, a diatonic scale. Now there are 2 tone 5s. There's slow tone 5 and fast tone 5. Slow tone 5 is the same as tone 1 in that it's diatonic on pa. But why is there a difference in them? Well, tone 5 is usually higher placed. So it has a lot of stopping points on ke or di. Well, tone 1 has a lot of stopping points on ra and pa. Tone 5, you're not going to see a lot of stopping points on ra. You're going to see a lot of stopping points on ke or di. Right, in tone 1, you're not going to really see it go higher than ke. Well, sometimes you do, right? Now, tone 5 fast. What is? It's based off of ke, scale on ke, so which is basically a scale, right? So let's recap. Byzantine scale is divided into 7, meaning that in between an octave, there are 72 bass units, right? And we are dividing the scale, and when you're converting it to Western, 6 of those base units, 6 of those Maria equal a half step, right? And using, so the diatonic is from D to Pa 12, Pa to Vo 10, Vo to Ra 8, Ra to D 12, D to Ke 12, Ke to Zo 10, and Zo to Ni 8, and so on and so forth, right? So using this knowledge of Maria and Western music, we can also analyze every other Byzantine scale. So what we're going to analyze now is the hard chromatic scale. Now, we're not going to learn it just yet, but I'm going to analyze it for you. So let me switch to my screen share. All right. So we have this. So Pa in Vo is 6. Vo and Ra is 20, which is a lot. Ra and D is 4. D and Ke is 12. And then we repeat the same pattern. 6, 24, 12. That's tone 6 or plagal second. So give me a second to just switch the sharing screen. Now we're going to analyze it using the same app. The app I'm using is called World Scales. It costs $5 in the App Store. You can only get it on an iPad, so you can't get it on your iPhone. And I really like this app. Like, I love the fact that you can analyze it and put any information you want. It also has all the Byzantine scales loaded on it. So if you want to get it, you can. It's $5 on the App Store. It's a great investment, in my opinion. So remember, from Pa to Vo is 6. So what does this mean? Pa, Vo, Pa, Vo. It's the equivalent of Vo flat, right? And then Vo to Ra. Now let's do some math, right? We have 20. What's 20 divided by 6? It is 3 1/3. So 1, 2, 3. That means that we're going to Ra sharp, and Ra sharp is also going to be 33 cents sharp. See that? It's pretty spicy. And the difference from Ra to D is 4. And because we're too sharp here, instead of going a full 6, we're only going 4, so we're going 2/3. So then we have D to Ke is 12, so we have 2 half steps. Ke to Zo is 6. And then we have Zo to Ni, which is another 20. So that means the Ni is also going to have to be, Ni, it's going to have to be 33 cents sharp. Pa. See? Now that's what the hard chromatic scale sounds like. Right. Now I'm going to analyze these tones later, so you don't have to listen now. What's important is that we understand how the Byzantine scale works with the Maria and how we can divide it. Now, if you're singing these microtones, this is enharmonic, meaning that you can't play it on a piano. Just think of the normal major, right? So when you're at home and you want to check if you're singing something correctly, what you got to do is take a sticky note and cut them into strips. And on each sticky note, right, you see on the bottom left corner of all these keys, Ni, Pa, Vo, Ra, Di, Ke, Zo, Ni. So Ni is the C, Pa is D, Vo is E, Ra is F, D is G, K is A, Zo is B, and Ni is C, right? So if you align them all together, it can help you correct yourself and know what you're singing. Now, if you use this app, what I like about it also is that you can transpose. So let's say it's too high for me. I can go down 3. I can transpose, or if it's too low for me, I can transpose sharp, right? So if I want to sing high Ni to low Ni, and the high Ni, we can transpose it a little flat. So, right? So all we're doing is moving Ni up and down. So that's all we have for today, guys. I hope you learned something new today. And if you did, that's pretty good. Have a good day, guys.